You're listening to Liberty Talk Radio with Joe Cristiano from the studios of Talk Radio 1170 KFAQ in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Also, you can hear Joe by visiting our website at libertytalkradio.com. With so many voices, opinions, and agendas, Joe encourages America to shed what has become conventional thinking regarding our political structure and join our founders by becoming revolutionaries in thought, dissidents in action. Join Joe in the march toward freedom from tyranny. Visit our website to learn more and join the conversation. Now, here's Joe Cristiano.
Good morning, everyone. Joe Cristiano here, Liberty Talk Radio. The first thing I'd like to do is introduce you to a new telephone number. In fact, it's only a temporary telephone number. It's toll-free. I want you to write this down so you'll have it during the entire broadcast. I'd like to hear from you. It's toll-free, 866-705-9281. For those of you who didn't have pen and pencil in hand and were running towards the pencil drawer, I'll repeat that, 866-705-9281. 9281. Of course, your email is always invited to comments, or welcome to comments at libertytalkradio.com. That's comments with an S at libertytalkradio.com. Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to share with you a horrible experience that I had this week. I had a near-death experience. Yes, you heard that. You heard that correctly, a near-death experience. You ask, what could have happened? Let me explain. I was driving. Beautiful day out on the Broken Arrow Expressway. I was actually going to my credit union and actually making a deposit. Sun was shining, had nowhere to go, no rush. I said, geez, this is serenity. This is great. Nothing to do. Riding along, beautiful sunny day. This is like heaven. I'm actually happy. Unbelievable. I'm usually not very happy. I was happy. Couldn't believe it. It was like a new sensation to me. I decided at that point to turn the radio on. This was a life-changing event. I turned the radio on. It went click. How did I know it was on? Because when you hear the click, the radio's on. I have an old car. It was a talk show. The caller was making a statement to the talk show host, said he disagreed with the current administration and their policies and would not vote for them again. He was very disappointed. I said, fine, I'm one with the cosmos with this guy already. He said, however, I do have to give them credit for taking out Osama bin Laden. I almost swerved off the road. I didn't understand. What is this guy saying? It didn't make any sense. He said, are we applauding the murder of a fellow human being? Now, he had mentioned this because it was the first anniversary of the killing of Osama bin Laden. And he went on to say that our president had the courage and the fortitude and the stick-to-itiveness to see this through and kill the guy. I started to get really shaky. I got a headache. I felt like I was having a brain hemorrhage. I knew it. Looked like this beautiful day was going to be coming to an end real soon. I couldn't take it. I want you to listen to this. We are applauding the murder of a fellow human being. Now you ask, why do I say that? Well, I think when I was young, my parents told me, don't kill anybody. It was sort of a standard in my neighborhood. You didn't kill anybody. You didn't murder anyone. But yet, we are not only applauding the killing of someone, we are celebrating the first anniversary of killing somebody. Just think of that, folks. We are a nation now that applauds killing. Could you see? You could extrapolate this all the way through. Here we are. I can see 10 years from now in our history books, it'll be the 10th anniversary of the killing of Osama bin Laden. We can make a holiday out of this. I could even make some money out of this one. How about we call it National Homicide Day and give the kids off from school? Or, you know which one I like? I like something like Murder Monday. That has sort of like a reality show name to it, doesn't it? I like that one. I particularly like that one. How about Kill for Kicks Day? Ha-ha! Kill for kicks. I like that, too. Has a ring to it. Not only a ring, but the 4 is not 4. It's foe, F-O-E. You see, you play on words. Kill for kicks. We make killing fun now. This is great, you know. And we can make big money on this, folks. Anyone wants to join me and invest in my company, we can all invest in Murder Monday. We can ask the kids from school, say, hey, you know, this is Murder Monday. Yes, we celebrate this once a year. We make cupcakes. Don't make Daddy make the cupcakes, because if Daddy makes the cupcakes, he'll put too much sugar in it, and you'll get diabetes. This is our country, folks. We are applauding murder. Why? Was I mistaken? You know, my mother, I thought my mother knew what she was talking about when she said, don't murder anybody. Am I glad? Now I know the truth. Mom, I know you're up there in heaven somewhere, but, you know, Mom, now I have just been enlightened. It's okay. I can murder anybody I want, but it's got to be on Murder Monday. It's got to be an official government holiday. You see how that works, folks? That's our mentality now. It's not that life is precious or sacrosanct. It's not. No. Depending on what the government says, how they say it, when they say it, why they're saying it, it's okay to murder somebody. Now you say, Joe, why do you say that? This man is a murderer. He's a killer. It's terrible what this guy has done. You know, he's a murderer. Well, why do we murder him? I said, well, Joey, we have a war on terror. Oh, I said, I forgot the war on terror. I'm sorry. Here I'm getting all upset. If I would have remembered that we had a war on terror, I would have said, oh, great, bring out the cupcakes. The war on terror. You know what? We don't have enough wars in this world. I know we're in Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Afghanistan, Iraq, you name it, we have a military base, or we're bombing the heck out of everybody, but that's okay. But how about this? Since we enraptured with war, how about we have a war on obesity? I like that one. Anytime you see someone who appears to be overweight, Zappo! It's okay. It's government sanctioned. Because we're in a war on obesity. It's okay. They'll never bring you to court. If you did, you just say, Your Honor, I was exercising my right under the war of obesity, on obesity, and I did away with the person. It saved Medicare a lot of money. You should be giving me a medal, and they would. How about war on bullying? You see a kid stick his tongue out, and another kid, cut his tongue out. You can do that because it's government sanctioned. You know what? My favorite war. This is my favorite war. Here it is. How about the war on social indiscretion? I love that word, social indiscretion. You know, people used to cheat on their wives. Men used to cheat on their wives. They used to do all sorts of terrible things behind their wives' back. And we say, the guy's a cheat. He's a bum. Not anymore. No, not in this Clorox. We Clorox everything. We clean it out, you know. Not in this purified nation that we live in. Now it's social indiscretion. Well, how about if we had a war on social indiscretion? Folks, just think. We can wipe out 90% of Congress in one day, and we can solve all our problems. As you can see, as I'm driving, my head is starting to throb. I'm losing vision in my right eye. It's getting blurry. I can still see the white lines on either side. They're getting really fuzzy at this point. I said, well, I only got a couple of more exits to go. Maybe I can live through it. And of course, I know the person that's on the radio is not really in the car. He's in the radio because I've heard voices on the radio before, and I've never, ever been arrested for kidnapping. I'm sitting there, and I feel a warmness inside of my skull, and I know it's the blood. I know I'm bleeding in the brain. I'm hemorrhaging in the brain because I feel the pressure. This beautiful day has turned into an absolute nightmare, like every other day in this country. Because every time I hear something, my brain hurts, and I think I finally ruptured something. Hey, but Jay, what do you get excited about? Hey, can someone take my blood pressure? Got a blood pressure machine? Take my blood pressure. Let's see what it is. Take it. All right, put that cuff on. All right. What does it say? Oh, 220 over 110. I'm okay. All right. We're still in the safe zone. I said, Joe, you don't understand. I said, there's a war on terror. This guy admitted that he did all this bad stuff. So we went over there, took him out. I don't understand. I'm starting to black out. I'm never going to make it to the credit union. I got the first deposit. I'm making all year, and I'm not going to make it. Wait a minute. You mean now, wait, let me understand this. If I walk into a police station, I go, hey, Sergeant Callahan, excuse me, you have a minute? I'd like to talk to you. Sergeant Callahan, I want you to know I just killed 32 people at random for no reason. Just killed them. Yeah, I had a gun, shot their brains out for no reason. So just want to let you know. And Sergeant Callahan would say, oh, all right, takes out his revolver, boof, bumps me in the head, bingo, I'm dead, right? That's the way it works. No, that's not the way it works. He would say, sir, would you like a cup of coffee? Sit down. Why don't you tell me about it? I tell him about it, and he goes, this guy's nuts. I know I'm nuts. What do you think I'm on the radio for? And then he asked me questions. Well, who I killed? Well, I really don't know. I didn't know the people. I don't know. Mary, Jim, Harry, I don't know. I shot them all. Little old ladies, young people, I shot them all, The next thing he says to me is, well, if you really feel that you did that, and you really want us to investigate it, I'll do that, right? But we will have to, you have an attorney. I have no attorney. I can't afford one. He says, we will assign a attorney for you. He will represent you in court. Now, because you told me this, and you're admitting to it, I at least need to counsel with your attorney to see if we can detain you for the evening and put you in one of our holding cells. That's the way it works. They wouldn't shoot me. What's my point? Joe, get to your point. You're aggravating me. It's okay. I want you to be aggravated because I'm already aggravated. You see, the problem is that Osama bin Laden never had a trial. Ah, you say, but Joe, that's what you're missing. You're missing the main point here. Oh, my goodness, Joe. Joe, you are dumb bratzone. Don't you understand? The guy admitted to it. I said, yes, but who told us that he admitted to it? The government. Ah, the government. Now, I got it now. I got it now. You mean the organization that no one trusts at all. No one believes a word that they say. No one. There's no one else that says, do you believe everything the government says? Sure, I do. I believe everything they say. They never lied before. No, they always lie. And let's assume they don't always lie. What good does not always lie mean? It's like me saying, well, I'm faithful to my wife, but not all the time. Well, that means I'm faithful, but not all the time. No, I'm unfaithful to my wife. You can't not lie and sometimes and not be a liar. We know they lie. They flavor, they color, they twist everything. They concoct crap that you have no idea what they're doing. And then we believe that Osama bin Laden is a bad man. He did what he did doesn't deserve a trial. We spend a few $100 billion to go over there and blow his brains out. And you know what? We're happy. We're happy. We're happy. Now, I would have been okay up until there. I would have been okay. Would have been fine. I could take that. I take the criticism. I take the situation I'm in. And I know I'm not well. I'm going to die anyway. I'm not going to make it to the credit union. I can see that right away. But then, this is what did me in. I almost crashed the car and killed myself before I died naturally. The talk show host said, I agree with you. That was it. I couldn't do it. I was swerving all over the road, got off on the exit, had to pull aside, had to have some more coffee to calm myself down. I tell you, folks, we are a nation of nincompoops. Let's go to commercial break.
You're listening to Liberty Talk Radio, the voice of freedom in an America filled with a self-serving federal government operating oversized budgets that threaten our liberties. Joe would like to hear your comments. You can email Joe at comments@libertytalkradio.com. We're back with Liberty Talk Radio. If you want to join in on the conversation, call us or find us on Facebook or Twitter. Or visit our site at libertytalkradio.com to join the blog. Now, here's Joe.
Folks, I want to remind you that our toll-free number, it's a temporary number. We're just changing over phones and stuff like that, so it's going to be a little confusing. This may be good for a week or so because it takes a long time to get everything approved, and you know how things are. But this is our toll-free number. I would like for you to exercise it. Don't be afraid to call in. I won't holler at you. Believe me, no one's wrong. Nobody's wrong. Everyone, we do this for you. I do this for you. I want to hear from you. 866-705-9281. In case you dropped your pencil, 866-705-9281. Your email, anytime, to comments@libertytalkradio.com. Folks, I hope you enjoyed my rant. I did because it releases a lot of anger. I don't have to go to anger management classes. Don't do that. I used to do that, I used to go to anger management classes. They didn't work. I became a radio talk show host. It worked a lot better, and I feel a lot better about it. But I want you to think about the principles that I'm talking about. This station is not about events. I'm not going to talk about House Bill 1524. They should have said. I don't care what they said. They shouldn't have had a House bill. There should be no House. What do I care? But I want you to understand the concepts. Here we're talking about applauding the death of a fellow human being. Forget whether or not he's guilty or innocent. It's immaterial. It's totally immaterial. I don't care if he's the worst mass murderer in the world. We are applauding the death of a fellow human being. Now, once proven guilty, then a determination has to be made as to what to do from there. That is discourse for another time, not now. I don't want to contaminate the station. I want to stay right on course. Because if I get confused, my brain is not functioning fully anymore. You see, we used to say things like, and let me know, please call me and let me know if this sounds familiar to you. Innocent until proven guilty. Let me repeat that. You may not have heard that in a long time. Maybe on a 1934 rerun on Tulsa Classic Movies. Turner Classic Movies. Innocent until proven guilty. And what about the constitutional right of freedom of a fair trial? What about a fair trial before you're tried? Yeah, but Joe, we know he was guilty. And I say, how? You're not going to go there. You're not going to say, well, the government told me how they were guilty now. We have to do that. Without the government telling us they're guilty, we won't. I'll be honest with you, Joe. Your brains are, oatmeal for brains. I'll tell you that. Your mama must have dropped you on your head, or she must have used your brain as a basketball. You're not right, boy. I can just hear that now. I can hear it all. Believe me, that's what I get. But just think of this. We are taking the word of an organization we don't trust. Could you imagine? I want to know how to clean up the crime scene, right? So I go to organized crime and say, what do you suggest? You think they're going to tell me? You think they're going to tell me? You laugh and you say, Joe, that's stupid. What's the matter? If you don't go to organized crime to solve crime problem, they are the criminals. Ha ha! Ha ha! Now there you are. We kill people, and we applaud it. We have an anniversary now. Yay! How about this? Ding dong, the witch is dead. The witch is dead. Remember this, the movie, The Wizard of Oz? We can play. How about that as our theme song on Murder Monday? Ding dong, the witch is dead. You see, folks, I don't care what the excuse is. Oh, we couldn't bring him here. If we did and put him on trial, it would have caused problems. Of course it would have caused problems. You bet it would have caused problems. Because in the court of public opinion around the world, we don't stand a chance. And you know why. You know, the biggest... I'll tell you, I coach people who want to be professional speakers. And two things I tell them up front. Here are the two things, and I'll tell you, I lose most clients right here, and it's fine. I can't work with people who don't understand what to do, who don't understand themselves. They don't know who they are. I said, number one, you never have to be honest to me. I don't care. I call every line in the book. I don't care. I said, you have to be honest with yourself. We can't do that. We cannot be honest with ourselves. We can't say, I don't like it, but he's right. Or someone else is right. Or, damn, I'm wrong. My thinking's right. We cannot be honest with ourselves. We cannot. The second thing I say is, when you get up to speak, I want you to be you. Don't mimic what you hear on TV or what you see or a professional speaker. I want you. And if you're a way that is unconventional and different, that's what you're going to do. You are going to be unique. I want you to be you, and I want you to be honest. 80% of the people who come to me drop out immediately. No, I just want to learn to be a better speaker, get up there. What do I do with my hands? I usually put them in my pocket, Is that good? Is that a good thing to do? That's what I get. I said, I can't help you. Go see somebody else. And it's like saying to you, I can't help you. Go see somebody else. Don't listen to this program. No, I mean, why? Entertainment value? No, it's not worth it. Not worth it for you, and it's not worth my time to tell you. And you say, how do we do this? Well, let me go back. Let me backtrack. I left something out. I hate when I do that because when I leave the studio, I go, I forgot that. I hate myself. Here's the problem. Let's assume for a second that there were some criminals of foreign nationality living in the United States temporarily. And make it up. I don't care. Make them whatever they did. They did something bad in another country. And name the country. I don't care. Fill in the blank. I don't care what you say. And they happen to be in one of my favorite states, New Jersey, because that's where my Uncle Louis comes from and all his friends come from. Bunch of nice guys. And they're there and they're living in Jersey for a while. And all of a sudden, this country that these people came from or did the bad thing to, whatever, they come over here in helicopters, stormtroopers, go through this nice neighborhood, obliterate the entire neighborhood, right? Kill this guy, get back in their helicopters, and leave. What do you think we would say? Not really. I mean, honestly. Now, be honest with yourself. Don't give it, well, I guess the guy deserved it. No, don't give me that. What do you think if a foreign troops came on our soil, landed in Forest Park, New Jersey, killed a whole bunch of people, blew up this guy's house, killed the whole family and everything, said, ha-ha, ding dong, the witch is dead, right? Got into their planes and their helicopters and their tanks or whatever they got, and they fly out. What would our reaction be? No need to answer. Absolutely no need to answer at all. You know what it'd be. Nuclear war. It could be Sri Lanka, the poorest country on earth. People can't afford water. We would nuke them. We would demand that they be nuked. But yet, we can go to Pakistan with our drones, bomb them to kingdom come, go into their neighborhoods, push everybody around, kill dozens of people on the way there, kill somebody, get back into our beautiful helicopters, our airplanes, our tanks, our Humvees, whatever. We leave and we go, boy, my son was there. I'm awfully proud of my son. He was the one that pulled the trigger. I'm proud of my son that he's serving our country. Serving our country. What is he serving? He's been indoctrinated. He was a nice kid at one time, and now your son is a killer. What is the matter with us? What is wrong with us? Let's take a break.
You're listening to Liberty Talk Radio, the voice of freedom in an America filled with a self-serving federal government operating oversized budgets that threaten our liberties. Joe would like to hear your comments. You can email Joe at comments@libertytalkradio.com. We're back with Liberty Talk Radio. If you want to join in on the conversation, call us or find us on Facebook or Twitter. Or visit our site at libertytalkradio.com to join the blog. Now, here's Joe.
I hope that you've had the strength and fortitude to stay with me thus far. People ask, you say, be honest with myself. I have difficulty with that. If you said that, that's the first step in being honest. Before I proceed, I want to give you our temporary toll-free number. I'd like to hear from you. It's 866-705-9281. 866-705-9281. Put in your cell phone, write it down, carve it on your kitchen cabinet. Don't care. Have that number. Probably in the next week or two, we're going to have a new number, and that hopefully will be permanent, and we apologize for that. Email anytime. Comments, with a plural, comments at libertytalkradio.com. Folks, I would love to hear from you, especially if you disagree. Especially if you disagree. You say, well, Joe, how do I become honest with myself? It'll be the most difficult chore you've ever undertaken. The first thing you need to do is go through what I consider a little neurological change, an eruption. You need to divest yourself, rid yourself of all your belief systems. Now, when I say that, I always get hate mail from religious people. I'm not talking about your religion. I'm not talking about your religion. Please, put that aside for a second. I always get mail about that. Please, don't go there. I'm not talking, don't believe in God. I'm not saying that. But we have these belief systems. A very common one is, hey, the Republicans, they're no damn good because, they're for those big business, the big folk, the guys that smoke the cigars, have these big, they're fat too, they sit there with their vest on, smoking cigars, stepping on all the little people. That's them they're Republicans, I know them. That's a belief system. Or the Democrats, oh yeah, them Democrats, they're no good, they want to give all the money away, they want to take all my money away and give them to everybody else. Damn communists they are, they're damn communists, they should get rid of all them Democrats. That is a belief system. Now, is there an element of truth in each one of those statements? Unfortunately, yes. but it belongs to both of them. It's interchangeable. It's like a shirt that you can turn inside out. We have a call on line 1. Let's take it. Caller, you're on the air. Your first name and where you're calling from, please.
Hey, Mike, and I'm calling from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay, Mike, what's up?
Hey, I served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I don't think people are so much celebrating the death of a human being as much as the extinguishing of evil from the world. The man committed an act of war and therefore forfeited his right to live. And he wasn't killed in cold blood. He was an enemy combatant, and we took him out in a military operation.
I agree with everything you said. Now, but I don't understand what you just said. That's my problem. My problem, Mike, is I don't understand. Now, you said that he was an enemy combatant. What does that mean?
Yeah. He committed an act of war, just like when Hitler invaded Poland, or any other evil man that has committed acts of violence against other people. You forfeit your right to live.
Okay.
And in a war situation, which is what he did, it wasn't just he orchestrated it. He was the mastermind behind it. He wasn't just some pawn or anything. And he knew what the consequences were, and he decided to go forward anyway.
Okay.
It's just like if somebody comes into my home and shoots my wife, I have every right to shoot that person because they just forfeited their right to live.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Mike. Let's bring this back home, okay?
Okay.
Let's assume someone came into your home, shot your wife. Someone came by and said, hey, it was that guy Bob across the street. Right? Would you go over to Bob and shoot him?
No, but...
No. Yes or no. I don't want to contaminate. I just want to step by step. Not that I want to step on your words, but the answer was no. What would you expect that would be done? What would you do?
I mean, I would call the police.
And?
First of all.
Okay.
But, I mean, we live in a nation of...
No. Don't go any place, Mike. You know what? The problem that we have is that everybody agrees with me. You know that? Everybody, no one disagrees. And you know how they agree with me? They go, Mr. Cristiano, I agree with you, but. And I said, could you be honest with yourself and say, I disagree with you? They can't do that. I've never had a person.
I do disagree with you.
All right,
though.
but my problem.
He was an evil person.
All right, now wait a minute.
He just wanted to kill people.
But why didn't you go across the street and blow your neighbor's head off?
I think that once you commit an act.
No, wait. You're changing the subject, Mike.
You your right to live.
Mike, be with me, please. Please, I love you, Mike, and I'm pleased that you called in, especially this early in the morning. I don't want to argue with him, believe me. My point being is let's stay on target so we don't, because I don't want the dots to move, okay? If the dots move, we won't get anywhere. My question was, why didn't you go across the street and say, Mikey said that you killed my wife, boof, there you go.
But, I mean, it wasn't, you're changing the scenario. This would be more like Bob came over and said, hey, I'm the one that told him to go kill you.
Okay, all right.
Because that's what Osama bin Laden did. He took credit for it, did he not?
Bobby came over to your house and said, I killed your wife.
Some men are evil and need to die. And that's how I did.
Hey, I'm evil. I hope no one shoots me. No, you see what I'm asking. Now, Bobby comes over. He says, hey, I'm the one that killed your wife. What would you do? I mean, an hour later, 2 hours later, by the way, I killed your wife. I enjoyed doing it. What would you do?
I would probably blow the guy's head off.
You blow the guy's head off. Now, all right. No, wait. Now, just stay with me. Just stay with me, Mike. I love you, Mike. Please don't get mad at me. All right.
I'm not mad.
All right. Now, the police come over and Bobby's on the floor. He said, "What do you call it? With a 45 ACP, right? You got a good button, right? Or 45, a 1911, right? Boom, right on the head. Right? Military issue. Okay, I love that gun. But he's on the floor, head is blown off, brains all over the lawn, fertilizing the grass. All right. The police come over and say, what happened here? What would you say?
I would tell them what happened, and you know what? I could potentially go to jail for the rest of my life, or get. But I chose that act.
I know. I agree with you. No, I know you did it.
And I chose anyway.
All right, I agree with you. I know you did it. We know, and we're in agreement there. What would the police do?
The police would take me to jail.
And all right, wait, hold on. And now,
I
because
did murder.
wait, hold on. Don't change. I want the dot to stay in the same place. Please, Mikey, please stay with me. You don't mind I call you Mikey, do you? I'm from New York. Everyone's Mikey, like Nicky Beans. I'm sorry, I do that. So I apologize, and I don't mean any disrespect. All right, now you're in court, right? And the judge said, well, what happened? Now you plead your case. You said, well, someone killed my wife. Tragedy. Don't get me wrong. I'm madly in love with my wife. If someone even cut her finger a little bit, I would go nuts. I'm with you, right? And this guy came up and said, hey, by the way, I killed your wife. I blew his head off. What do you think would happen? Now, you understand that there's no witnesses. No one knows who killed your wife. I mean, they have no evidence. Let's assume there's no evidence to the contrary that, to prove he did it.
But I mean, we're trying to compare this to Osama bin Laden, and there was evidence that he planned it and orchestrated it. So that's kind of a straw man argument.
Oh, no, it's not right. Who provided the evidence?
Huh?
Who provided the evidence?
CIA, FBI,
Right.
sources that we got information from.
Right. By the way, Mikey, can I ask you? I don't want to go. How often do you cheat on your wife?
I don't.
You don't. Now, if I told you, Mikey, let me tell you something. I'm faithful too. I only cheat on a couple of times a week. What am I saying?
You're unfaithful.
Thank you. You're right with me. I'm unfaithful. I'm a bum husband. Let me be honest. If I do it right now, let me ask you this question. I want you to be honest with me. Does the government color the truth?
Oh, of course.
Rarely, sometimes, half the times, most of the times, all the time.
I mean,
no, answer the question.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. Right. Now, you see my point. So you're saying this organization that lies probably all the time told me that this guy, is a bad guy, and I blew his brains out. Ding dong, the witch is dead. You see, that's my point. I'm not saying that he's innocent. I did not think he should not have suffered the consequences for what he did. My only point is that we are celebrating the death of a human being, and then after we kill him, we just assume he's the bad guy. Now, if I was Osama bin Laden, I would have taken credit for all of that.
The death of Hitler, though.
What? No, don't go. Don't move the dot. Please don't move the dot. Stay with me. Stay with me, Mikey, okay? I appreciate it. I tell you, Mikey, what I want you to do, seriously, because you've been such a great call-in, I want you to send me a mailing address and a T-shirt size, okay? And I'll tell you what I'll do. You send me a T-shirt size, your T-shirt, and your wife's T-shirt size. I will send you two. We got brand new, beautiful Liberty Talk Radio T-shirts, yours free of charge, okay? I want you to know there's no hard feelings, and you got to wear them 24 hours a day, though, okay? All right. But you see my point? My point is that when we have political discourse, the dots always move. And I'll give you a silly example. This has nothing to do with what you and I are talking about. I understand that. A guy would say, well, I think the president so-and-so did this. And then someone said, oh, yeah, what do you think Nixon did? I mean, the dots change. I like to stay on point. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying that he should not have been punished. None of that. I am in 100% agreement with you. All I'm asking is that what happened to the very precept of us giving everyone who we presume guilty a fair trial?
But I mean, as a sovereign nation, only people that are citizens of our country are applicable to our laws. So you can't really say that our laws are applicable to somebody from a different country, because they don't. Like, it's just like if somebody comes here illegally, they're not protected by American law technically because they're not citizens of the country.
What law would they be? What law would they be?
I mean, there's international law and other things that you can get into, but I mean,
okay. I just want to make certain that you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not applauding Osama bin Laden. I'll be very honest with you. I don't think he was the mastermind behind it. I think this guy was shrewd. Somebody else did it. He's taking credit for it, and he wanted to bolster his own position, in the community. Yeah, you have to understand. How many Afghan troops are here on our soil, fighting on our soil?
None. We actually do bring them here and train them, though.
No, yeah, well, isn't that great? We want to make more killers. Yeah, we're great. Yes, government is great at three things. Taxing people, taking away their rights, and killing them. That means going to war and killing our young men and women. You have to understand
That's actually one of the things I'm more concerned about is the National Defense Authorization Act and the Patriot Act. So while we're going over here supposedly fighting these wars for freedom, they're taking it away at home. You can hold somebody without trial here in America now, American citizen, just if they're suspected of terrorism. That goes against the Bill of Rights.
Mikey, I'm sorry. We're not there to fight for the freedom of the individual. You know that. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that's why sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves to a point where it's uncomfortable. It's saying, I'm wrong. You know what? When I want to know if I did something right, you know who I call? I call my sons. You know why? They love to tell me I'm wrong, but they're right. They're not even nice about it. They go, that sucked. You did. That's really stupid. Why? How can you be so stupid? But although I don't like to hear it, I hate to hear that crap. What happens is that after about 2 or 3 hours of anger and I want divorce myself and my sons, I go, the kid's right. Because, everybody will say, no, that was okay, and I learned nothing by it. Mike, I want to thank you so much for calling in. Don't forget to send your email to comments@libertytalkradio.com, your mailing address, and T-shirt size for you and your wife. My pleasure to mail them to you, and thank you so much for calling in.
The voice of freedom in an America filled with a self-serving federal government operating oversized budgets that threaten our liberties. Joe would like to hear your comments. You can email Joe at comments@libertytalkradio.com. We're back with Liberty Talk Radio. If you want to join in on the conversation, call us or find us on Facebook or Twitter. Or visit our site at libertytalkradio.com to join the blog. Now, here's Joe.
Folks, we have less than 10 minutes to go with this broadcast. I'm sure you are all breathing a sigh of relief, and I don't blame you, so am I. I remember that program, Network, I think it was 1976 with Faye Dunaway and Robert Duvall, where they, the famous saying came from, we're mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore. I would love for every one of my listeners, not my listeners, everyone, right now, I don't care if you're in your nightgown, if you're in your underwear, go outside in your front lawn, walk outside if you're in an apartment, open your window and say, not we, I don't like we, say I. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. If everybody starts saying that aloud every day, I can guarantee you we will clean up Washington and every state capital of every... Believe it or not, they will move out and leave no forwarding address. Mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore, and neither am I. In fact, right after this broadcast, I'm going outside of the studio, and I'm going to yell that out. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And if you don't believe me, you can call anyone in the studio and say, did that madman actually do that? And if I'm lying, never listen to me again. I had a lot of fun today. But we still have a little bit of time. Our toll-free number is 866-705-9281. Your email, please, to comments@libertytalkradio.com. That's comments@libertytalkradio.com, 866-705-9281. Please, let me hear from you. Folks, I'd like to sort of wrap things up a little bit, but I still want to take your calls and just tell you a little bit more about our program. If there's one thing I do not want to do is preach to the choir. You have these radio programs that are a certain, not genre, but a political persuasion. And everyone that calls in is of that political persuasion. Everyone that's listening is of that political persuasion. What do we learn by that? Now, how am I going to accomplish that? Well, I'm going to be totally nonpartisan. I'm never going to mention, I do not want to mention the name of a political party, even any of the terminology that's used with political parties. There is none. Like Gerald Celente says, he's a political atheist. This station is a political atheist station. Program, right? Not station, but program. I'm neutral. They say, Joe, you sure sound like a libertarian type of guy. I know you guys. I know what you guys aren't. You like lesbian guys who like to dance in the street in your underwear? Yeah, why don't you just clean your underwear before you? It looks disgusting. You know what I mean? That's what I get. Because as soon as I say I'm what you fill in the blank, I'm in a box, and that's it. All conversation is over. And I'm not anything. I am not anything. I'm for you. This program is not for me. This program is for you. I want you to get that. I want you to say that Liberty Talk Radio is my program. You have to say that, not me, you. So that you know you can call in. And if you disagree, you heartily disagree, but you want to know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll feel better if I understand better, call in. That means I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm right, and I'm not going to be right every time. And I'm not going to know the answer every time. But I'll bet that I'll guarantee you that I will. I'm nonpartisan. I don't want to preach to the choir. I'm non-sectarian. We'll not talk religion. I can't do that. I've had people call in before. I've been doing this for 6 years, folks. And they call in and go, well, you know, in the book of, and you name the religion, whatever, it makes no difference. That said, and where do I go with that? Thank you very much. Very nice that you called. I will not talk. I will not even mention the word of religion, except for in telling you that I'm not going to mention it. It serves no purpose. I deny no one. I deny no one their religion, and I respect every one of them. Please understand that. And I do not mean any disrespect. I will discuss the concept. I have no interest in the issue. House Bill 1524. What do you think about the wording of that thing? I don't even know. I've never read it. It's 1,400 pages long. I can't read that much. And no one knows what they're talking about anyway. The last call is over NDAA. Has anyone read it? No. Even the people who signed it didn't read it. Discuss the concept. I want to be respectful of all opinions. I do not want to make anyone wrong. Like Mikey called in, I didn't want to make him wrong. I just want to stay on target. No profanity. I criticize policy, not the individual. I don't care. People say, you like Romney? You know, please don't ask me. I don't know the guy. I bet you if he came over here, he'd be a peach of a guy. We'd have a heck of a lot of fun. And maybe I can convince him to buy me a beer. I want to separate myself, my personal feelings, from the problem. My personal feelings, my opinion, has nothing to do with the station. It's you, and it's never we. The government uses we. That means you work, they get it. It's you, and it's me. I want to find the underlying cause of the problem, but most importantly, and I hope you really appreciate this, folks, I want to have lots of fun. You know, we're on this ball that's revolving around this burning planet called the sun. We're here for such a short period of time. Just think about that. We should all try to make this place a better place. And if we do it without having fun, folks, it just ain't worth it. Yes, I get upset. I truly do get upset. I want to have a lot of fun being upset. I want you to have a lot of fun. Not necessarily be upset, but to learn, to converse. You know, my wife is from Oklahoma. She is from Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Irish girl. I am madly in love with my wife. Madly in love with my wife. In fact, just the other night, last night, we had this biggest moon we get all year. You know, it's close to the earth and all this other stuff. It's Cinco de Mayo. You know, we're out there holding each other. You know, I want to think of every day as being the first date with my wife. And I mean that. And if you asked her, she would tell you that. We don't stay here much longer. We're not here long. Anything we do is of no consequence. We can only make things better for one another. And this program is just about that. Are you with me? If you are, I would love for you to listen in every Sunday between 6 and 7 at 1170 KFAQ. Wonderful station, wonderful people. And do send me your email to comments@libertytalkradio.com. I really would love to hear from you. I will not argue with you. I will not make you wrong. You may hack me off, but don't worry about it. Everything hacks me off. You know that. And if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Okay? I think this is about it. This is almost it. Yeah, they're telling me from the boardroom there. Folks, thank you so much for listening in. This is Joe Cristiano. You're listening to Liberty Talk Radio. Stay well. Stay tuned.
Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. on 1170 KFAQ in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Also, you can hear Joe by visiting our website at libertytalkradio.com. We encourage Americans to shed what has become conventional thinking regarding our political structure and join our founders by becoming revolutionaries in thought, dissidents in action. Joe would like to hear your comments by emailing him at comments@libertytalkradio.com.